Hi, Personality Talks here. Today, what a cringe name. Anyway, today I will be reading and reacting to my own work that I've written. I've made some archetypes and I've called it Realm Archetypes, or you could say RA for short. I've been working on this for like a long time, long since I've even decided to write anything, daydream about it, and eventually I've written it out on paper, as you can see here. Oops. Okay, I was just checking to see if it was still recording. Okay, I'll just read this. So, the first realm we're going to look at is Realm of Innocence, ROI for short. Why the name? Note that innocence is not referring to a lack of self-awareness or naivety, nor does it mean that ROIs are incapable of being evil or immoral, but it refers more to the main traits that they have. For example, being imaginative and easily forgiving. I will list the most important and most defining traits of the realm first, and then discuss it in depth to make it easier for you guys to compare and contrast with other realms. So, I've written good qualities, very introspective. They tend to be very imaginative, creative, think outside the box most of the time. They're often naturally curious and intelligent, but they don't really brag about it that much. In fact, they mostly keep their intelligence to themselves unless someone asks them about their hobbies and what they think, and in that case they'll just overshare and talk for hours and hours. They tend to be very intuitive and open-minded, and are drawn to goodness even if they don't have an actual commitment to upholding good, like most ROMs and ROEs. So ROMs and ROEs are two other realm archetypes, which you'll find out about later. They make it very obvious. They make their morals known, all this, like, and they look at the collective and try to ensure that they are, that they're being good and being moral. So, okay, flaws of ROI. They can focus too much on the negative. They could be overly self-critical, suffer from imposter syndrome. They're extremely imaginative and intelligent, but it's known that most intelligent people, or most creative people actually, suffer from this self-criticism and imposter syndrome. They may become too fixated on their past, thinking that whatever they've gone through, those experiences define them as a person, or they can't seem to let go. They have a harder time letting go of any negative thing that may have happened in the past, or they may be prone to developing a victim mentality. Again, not all ROIs develop a victim mentality, but they must be careful not to fall into that. So, ROIs are those people who appear to be very simple on the surface, but are actually very complex and introspective people. if you see them, your first impression of them might be, oh, their heads in the clouds, they're quite simple-minded, they're overly optimistic. They appear to be much more simple than they actually are, until you actually get to know them, and you'll see their intelligence and creativity and such, whatever they decide to share with you. They are very imaginative and are most in touch with their inner world, uh, compared to any other realm out there. They have a rich and colourful inner world in which they love to explore and refine even as adults until the end of their lifespan. This may lead to them being perceived by others as having a childlike quality or of being innocent. Some people could react to it in different ways. It could be either positively or negatively. Some people, who've been forced to grow up too early or have been conditioned into believing that being in touch with your inner world, or like being connected to your inner child is, or doing any, like, you know how people, okay, there's some people out there that say, oh, they say things like reading comics or drawing is too childish, and oh, you need to grow up and stuff like that. Those sorts of people will look down on people of this realm archetype. They'll look down on ROIs, or think of them as their innocent quality as being a bad thing, whereas some people will be enticed by this and be like, find it refreshing to be around such joyful and sincere individuals. So they are very open-minded people who adopt the live and let live attitude. As long as their own values aren't disrespected, they are able to coexist with people who have values or opinions and beliefs that may be totally opposite to theirs. They are naturally kind people who hate to see other people being harmed or taken advantage of in any way. They may be strongly against bullying or against people who are bigoted or rude. They are deeply offended by those who are opinionated or bigoted. In a way, ROIs are not as open-minded as they think they are. This is because they are only open-minded towards people like them, for example, other open-minded and kind people. They are also comfort-seeking and dislike being involved in conflict and often find the easy way out of most situations. And this, if they do this too much, with their comfort-seeking tendencies, this can actually affect them negatively. You can't really go through life trying to find shortcuts. Sometimes you just have to like get on with it and work hard. So ROIs are so burdened by their own self-criticism and are often very sensitive to the comments of other people about them, especially those who they care about, and that they will often second guess themselves and their abilities many times. They may take a very long time to make a decision and may overcomplicate most things. So they can be seen as like too sensitive because of this. They often take people's words and promises or comments very seriously, and may become disappointed and hurt if this person wasn't sincere to them or didn't make do on their promise. As an ROI, you may find yourself saying, do words even matter to you? They also believe that respect is earned and that not everyone deserves their kindness. They will start off being kind, but when people are rude to them, they don't hesitate to reflect that onto them and be just as rude to them. So sort of like returning that same energy that the person gives out. They can be naturally vengeful people if they're hurt and drawn to the lex talionis, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, forms of justice, which literally means an eye for an eye. The majority of ROIs have a neutral alignment rather than being distinctively good or evil. Okay. However, some ROIs can align with good or align with evil, and all these manifest in different ways. The most distinctive trait of ROIs is their comfort seeking nature. ROIs are attracted to comfort but are vulnerable to stagnation. Feeling physically and mentally comfortable at all times is essential to them. ROIs can go to excessive lengths to ensure that they feel comfortable. ROIs have to learn to deal with situations up front instead of taking the easy way out and avoiding them. They seek balance and meaningful connections with people. The concept of true love may be very appealing to them. They want to be accepted for who they really are, along with all their quirks and weirdness, in quotations. But first, they need to understand that they need to fully accept their true selves and express themselves fully before their wish comes true. They are often very intuitive and creative and have a rich inner world of imagination which they retreat to and find comfort in. Their own piano in forest. If you've watched the anime Forest of Piano, actually like really love this anime. It's like one of those animes that I like to watch multiple times, even though I've finished it. I watch it on it's on Netflix. They just okay. So as I say, I'm gonna read on. They just have to bring out that forest, metaphorical forest, and bring out their inner world and stop being afraid of criticism or what any negative things people could say to them. They remember that you can't please everyone and have everyone as your friend or have everyone agree with you, even if you want it to be that way. Everyone has haters, no matter what. I'm just gonna skip a bit because I'm getting tired of reading. So the bottom line is stop caring about what other people think. If you find that it's like stopping you from doing what you want to do, just live your life, embrace who you actually are. There's no need to protect others around you from your true nature. ROIs have this intense energy about them, which is buried under the mask that they often put on. All that energy spent on holding back is better spent on being productive and actually getting what you want so you can be happy. Never be content with your solitude. You deserve better. So the ROI's desire is to find balance and have the freedom to express their imagination, and their fear is being ostracized, abandoned, or rejected. What they need to be careful about, the vulnerabilities, becoming too compliant and accepting things because of your comfort-seeking tendencies. ROIs, if you really want something in life, you have to go and be willing to work hard to achieve it. Especially younger ROIs are at risk of being corrupted by the environment around them because of their tendency to absorb, and take in everything. They're very observant and very in tune and sensitive to their environment. They are too zoomed in to the energies and emotions from others around them and often cannot distinguish those feelings from their own. It's what many ROIs struggle with. Also, their high imagination and open-mindedness makes them unsure and unwilling to be assertive, or it's harder for them to, be assertive or ambitious for what they want. However, ROIs and anyone else who struggles with this can learn to be more assertive and less agreeable, so like less conflict avoidant, but it won't be easy for them. Eventually, as they age, ROIs will be far less sensitive and will start to mirror ROIDs. It's another archetype which I'll talk about when it comes to dealing with and responding to difficult people, and that is to not give anyone a chance to hurt them and dealing with conflict readily instead of being, conflict avoidant. And as soon as it occurs, mature ROIs will learn to be less complacent, less conflict avoidant as they age and learn from their mistakes, but they will still maintain their natural kindness and open-minded nature throughout their entire lifetime. Whew, okay, that's all I want to say about this realm archetype. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.